1 or I, the Dungeon Core. You are listening at FameTV.info. You know, you never expect to have a knife in your stomach until it's there. Those were my last words before I bled out in the park. I currently found myself waking up in a strange, white room. The last memory that I had was being stabbed while protecting my college crush. Even in this strange place, I hoped that she got away from the killer. Actually, what was this place? Heaven. Hell. The area in between. Hey. Are you really going to ignore me? Do you want to die again? A strange voice shouted that. I looked around the room to see who was speaking, but all I could find was a basketball-sized orb. Upon picking it up, it began to speak. Hello. Welcome to your new dungeon. My name is Ori and I'm your dungeon core, Ori said. Doesn't this seem kind of I don't know empty to be a dungeon? I asked. What? What kind of question is that? Did you hit your head when you died? This is your dungeon. We need to start building it before we both die, Ori said. What do you mean? Can I die twice? I asked. Maybe you're still under some form of shock. I saw your final moments before you reincarnated. The girl with you was cute. The serial killer. Not so much. Here, I'll take us out of the void space, Ori said. Ori began to gradually glow, as the white walls of the room slowly fell. It seems that we were teleported to the final room of the dungeon, where the dungeon core is supposed to rest. This dungeon looked to be new but old at the same time. This was most likely due to the rather basic materials that the dungeon was made out of. Luckily, I played enough RPGs to get a gist of what was happening. It looked like I was in one of those isekai that I always thought about entering, but the dungeon version. I would have preferred playing the hero or being the demon lord, but I can make this work. I might as well play along and see what this world has to offer me. I was known for my intelligence and good fitness habits, but I also liked gaming in isekai. Usually, these types of worlds have some sort of system in place. Ori. Correct me if I am wrong, but does this world have a system? If it does, how does the system work? I said eagerly. Finally showing interest, huh? It's about damn time. I'll get in my humanoid form. Ori said. Ori's orb began to float away from my hands, moving to the center of the room. The orb began to glow a mixture of red and blue before emitting a bright light. After I covered my eyes for a few seconds, someone was tugging on my shirt. Hey, you can open your eyes now, Ori said softly. As I opened my eyes, I saw a 20-year-old girl with silver hair and sky blue eyes. Her right eye was a gradient of red and blue, with the colors frequently moving around. She was also a D-cup, which was a pretty nice sight to see. Well. Now you have my attention, Ori. My name is Jordan. I was a 21-year-old college sophomore in my previous life. I'll happily serve a beautiful core like yourself. I said confidently. What did you just say? We need to focus on building the dungeon. Stop saying weird things and help me out, Ori said. As a man of culture and a member of the Ape Federation, I can't just ignore your brayas. As the angry waifu core landed a sidekick across my face, I deemed that it was probably time to start dungeon building. After all, that I may have been a man of culture, but I was also a lover of strategy games. Never underestimate a strategist. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.